Is it still possible to get a genuinely good smartphone in 2025 without dropping half a paycheck? That's the big question today. Welcome back to Tech Maniac, your go-to place for honest, in-depth, and hype-free tech reviews. Today we're looking at a device that's quietly been making waves in the budget smartphone world, the OnePlus Nord N35G. At just around $247, this phone wants to give you a flagship feel without the flagship price tag. So let's dig into everything: unboxing, build, performance, software, camera, and whether this device is actually worth your hard-earned money. Right off the bat, the packaging is pretty straightforward. Nothing flashy, but it gets the job done. Inside, you get the phone in chromatic gray, the only color option available, but it does look surprisingly premium with a subtle two-tone effect on the back panel when light hits it. Along with the phone, OnePlus includes a 50-watt SuperVOOC charging brick, a USB-A to USB-C cable, some documentation, and a Red Cable Club membership card, something that's been a staple in OnePlus boxes over the years. Now let's talk about the build. This phone is light, weighing in at just under 195 grams, and the slightly squared-off edges give it a modern look that's also comfortable to hold. Is it plastic? Yes, but it doesn't feel cheap. It's well-balanced, and the finish on the back doesn't pick up fingerprints easily, which is a win. You're not getting glass or aluminum at this price, and honestly, that's okay. OnePlus prioritized the essentials. At the bottom, you'll notice something rare these days: a 3.5mm headphone jack. That's right, wired audio lovers, this one's for you. Alongside it, you've got a USB-C port, a speaker grill, and a microphone. The phone features dual stereo speakers, and trust me, we'll talk more about the sound quality later, because it's one of the biggest surprises here. On the right side, you have the power button that doubles as a fingerprint scanner, and it works fast and consistently. Definitely more reliable than some of the in-display sensors I've tested on pricier phones. The left side houses the volume buttons and a SIM tray that supports either 2 SIMs or 1 SIM plus a micro SD card, with support for up to 1 terabyte of expandable storage. That's incredible in 2025, especially when a lot of flagship phones have dropped external storage altogether. Now onto the front. The 6.72-inch LCD display has a 2400 by 1080 resolution and a 120 Hz refresh rate. For an LCD, the colors are fairly vibrant, and the display is smooth thanks to that high refresh rate. You're not getting AMOLED-level blacks, and it maxes out at 680 nits of brightness, which is usable outdoors, but not exceptional. Still, for this price, I'm not complaining. Watching videos, scrolling through social media, and casual gaming feel fluid and enjoyable. Let's talk performance. Under the hood, the Nord N35G is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 695 chipset. It's paired with 8 GB of RAM and 128 GB of UFS 2.2 storage. No, it's not a gaming beast or a flagship killer, but for day-to-day use, browsing, social media, light photo editing, and casual gaming, it handles everything smoothly. OnePlus also offers a virtual RAM expansion feature, allowing you to add up to 8 GB more by using the internal storage. So in total, you can get up to 16 GB of RAM through software optimization. Not bad for multitasking. On the software side, the phone ships with Oxygen OS 13.1 based on Android 13. The experience is clean, snappy, and minimal, with just a few pre-installed apps like OnePlus Relax, OnePlus Notes, and their own browser. No unnecessary bloatware, just the way we like it. You get some thoughtful features like Zen mode, work-life balance, and gaming tools that help optimize performance while you're playing. Before we get to the camera, a quick reminder: if you're enjoying this detailed breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Tech Maniac, and ring the bell so you never miss our latest reviews, comparisons, and tips to get the most bang for your buck. All right, time to talk cameras. Arguably one of the most hyped features here. The Nord N30 rocks a 108-megapixel main sensor with f1.75 aperture. That's a huge number. But what does it mean in real use? Well, OnePlus uses 9-in-1 pixel binning, which combines multiple pixels into one to create brighter and clearer images, especially in daylight. Shots come out sharp, with decent dynamic range and color accuracy. Low light performance is okay, not amazing, but night mode does help a bit. Alongside the main sensor, you've got a 2-megapixel macro lens and a 2-megapixel depth sensor. Now, let's be real. These aren't game-changing. The macro lens works in good lighting, but it's not super sharp. The depth sensor does add some help to portrait shots, but it feels more like filler than a necessity. That said, up to 3x lossless zoom on the main sensor is actually quite good. It retains detail and color well for a budget phone. Video recording is limited to 1080p at 30 frames per second. No 4K, which may be a letdown for some. Stabilization is decent for handheld shooting, but this isn't the phone you'd want for serious mobile filmmaking. The 16-megapixel selfie camera is okay, great for social media and video calls, but don't expect flagship-level detail or dynamic range. Now here's where it gets even more interesting: the speakers. The dual stereo speakers are loud. And with OnePlus's Ultra Volume mode, which pushes output to 200%, it gets loud enough to fill a small room. Sure, at full volume there's a bit of distortion, but it's way better than what I expected for a sub-$300 device. If you like watching YouTube, Netflix, or listening to music without headphones, this is a pleasant surprise. Battery life? Massive win. The 5,000 mAh battery easily lasts a full day and more, even with heavy use. And thanks to the 50-watt SuperVOOC charging, you can juice up from 1% to 80% in about 30 minutes. That's insane for a budget phone. OnePlus also added their battery health engine and 12 thermal sensors to protect the battery and keep temperatures under control during charging, something usually reserved for higher-end models. For connectivity, you're getting full 5G support, and this model works with all major US carriers: T-Mobile, AT&T, Verizon, plus global 4G LTE bands. That's rare in unlocked phones at this price point. And yes, it supports dual SIMs, or a SIM plus microSD configuration, giving you flexibility whether you're traveling, using different plans, or just want extra storage. Now let's talk about what's missing, because no phone is perfect. There's no wireless charging, no IP rating for water or dust resistance, and no 4K video support. The design might also be a bit polarizing. Those two large camera rings on the back look kind of like a cyclops. You either love it or hate it. But honestly, considering what you're getting for the price, those feel like fair trade-offs. So what's the final verdict? The OnePlus Nord N30 is not trying to be a flagship killer. It's trying to be a smart, practical choice for people who want great value. And in that, it succeeds. You're getting a smooth 120Hz display, decent performance, clean software, strong battery life, fast charging, loud speakers, a massive main camera, expandable storage, and yes, a headphone jack. All for under $250. If you're a student, someone buying their first phone, a parent looking for a dependable device for a teen, or even just someone who doesn't need the fanciest tech, but still wants quality, this phone delivers. And in a world of 1,000 plus devices, that's refreshing. Thanks for sticking around, Maniacs. If you found this review helpful, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Would you go for the OnePlus Nord N30, or are you eyeing something like the Galaxy A25 or a budget Pixel? Let's discuss. Until next time, this is Tech Maniac, helping you make smarter tech choices. Peace out. Peace.